This is my mum. Now it's no secret, views are low, and I really do need that YouTube bank. So I decided to pull the MVP into the game. She is not a reseller, so I thought it'd be fun to chuck a tenner her way and see what she produces from the charity shops. Let's go. So, today, we are going to be doing a challenge. I'm going to be giving £10 to my mum here, the lovely
Andrea.
There we go, yeah, you filled in the blank. So, yeah, I'm going to be giving £10 to my mum. You're not a reseller, are you? So, you obviously have had a little bit of indirect experience from me.
Sold a few clothes on eBay,
yeah,
but that's about it.
But I'm going to challenge you to spend £10 round the charity shops, £10 of my money, of course, and yeah, we'll see what you get, and we'll see sort of whether you're going to make any profit out of it and stuff. So,
what are the rules? Have I got to spend all of the £10?
You've got to spend all of the £10, and then when we get back, we'll do a look. Maybe me or maybe both of us will do a little bit of a haul video, and we'll kind of check prices on eBay, and then we'll see how much profit you can make.
Am I allowed to buy one item, or have I got to buy lots of items?
No, you can buy as many or as few as you want.
Okay.
But you got to spend, pretty much you've got to spend the £10, but obviously there might be a circumstance where you can't spend it all, so, but try your best to spend all the £10.
Okay.
Cool.
I'll try.
Sorted.
It's difficult, but I'll do it.
Boom. So here we are, I am handing the money over, and that was a little bit of an awkward handover. But yeah.
Is it real? Is it real?
Is it real? Is it
I
real?
need to rip and see.
No, don't whip it, that's defacing the currency. You can get you get something against you. You get like police on you if you deface the currency.
Is it a good number? No, not a good number.
So I don't know. Oh, 48,000 actually. That's fairly low considering we make millions of them.
Oh right.
But yeah, anyway. It's not like a really low cereal though. Okay. Yeah, so what are you thinking you're going to spend it on?
I don't know till I get there, because they could have something really good in.
Yeah.
I can make £1 million.
No, I mean like generally, like clothes or toys.
No, I'm going to look in the for the vases and the bric-a-brac stuff.
That's your area of expertise, is it?
No.
No.
No, but I'm going to try.
Right, well, let's get going. Let's see what we can find.
Okay.
Right, so don't show me what you've got, because that's for the whole video later on. But we've done a few of the charity shops now, so how have you found it? Are you enjoying the picking experience, all that sort of stuff?
Well, usually if I'm out and I see something that I think you might be interested in, I'll point it out to you, but I can't do that at the moment. And usually you'll steer me and say like, oh yes, that's something I'd buy or whatever. Not that I'd ever buy it.
Yeah, but I'm being tight-lipped today. I'm not giving you any. I'm not giving you any hints of what you're picking up or anything.
Or bad, are you? So that's difficult making it.
Yeah, but you're enjoying it so far. It's all right.
Yes, it's fine.
And you've bought a couple of items, haven't you?
Yes.
Brilliant. Probably not got enough money left for it though.
No. What's the price? £5?
£5. Not got enough.
Shall I go and do an Antiques Roadshow type thing and offer them £3.51?
So, by this point in the day, we had managed to do most of the charity shops, and we were sort of just wrapping up with the last couple. So, with that being said, how did my mum think she did? How did I feel my mum did? Well, let us both tell you now. Right, so that is the charity shops done. It just so happens that I actually spent a tenner too on 2 items. How many items did you get in the end? About 4 or 5?
I got 5, I think, in the end.
5 items.
So obviously they're all like, you know, just a pound, a couple of pound each. But I am hoping you'll be able to get a bit more than that for each thing.
Yeah.
I didn't want to buy really heavy things, so I didn't want to have to carry them.
Yeah. So you're happy with your items?
I am. I'm happy with them. I'm not sure you're going to be happy with them because I'm not sure they're great big money makers, but I just thought they were quite cute. So other people might think they're quite cute.
So what we'll do when we get home is we'll do some research. If I think I know prices anyway, I'll just sort of say a rough price.
Okay.
And then we'll see on my items the kind of sale value, on your items the sale value, and then we can kind of estimate a rough profit based on that anyway.
Oh, good. A
Cool.
profit.
Yeah.
Hey.
Well, maybe a loss. I don't know. Might be a loss. What do you think? Profit or loss for you?
I think a profit. Only
Profit.
just.
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think a profit on my items. Better hope a profit on my items. Bloody, I've been doing this over 4 years. Jesus. If I didn't have a profit, I think there'd be something wrong.
I know, but I wanted to buy one of your items.
Yeah, you just didn't have enough money,
did you?
didn't
have enough money. And then you said, well, I'm having it then.
Yeah.
So
Right.
I did spot that one.
Well, we will see you when we get home. Hi guys, so we are back now and we are ready to share with you the haul. So how this is going to work is my mum's going to share her items first, then I'm going to share my items. It just so happened that, as I mentioned, I spent £10 as well, so we can kind of have a little bit of competitiveness with this, I suppose, but we won't really know the outcome until after I've actually done more research on these items anyway. And then what I'll do at the end of the video is put in like a profit total in the editing, one for me and then one for my mum, so that you can kind of see a rough level of potential profit that we would get from these items. So that being said, my mum's doing some rustling here, so she's ready to get on and show you the first item. So if what you want to do, I know you've not really done one of these before,
No,
but
I haven't.
just hold it up to the camera, maybe say a little bit about it if you can, if there's anything you can know about it, or otherwise just hold it up to the camera and say how much you quite paid, basically.
Okay, let me have a look. So, my first item is this little jug, which I think is very cute.
Just hold it a bit further over it, no, a bit about there. That's
right, which I think is very cute. It's got a bit of pink and a bit of orange on it. It is only tiny, as you can see. It was £1.
So if you show them the actual sticker as well.
A sticker.
There you go, £1 on there. So £1.
It's got a few numbers on the bottom. So
it's actually got. Pass it to me. It's got like a Chinese.
Oh
no, it's not Chinese. Oh no, it looked like a Chinese thing, but it's just got a couple of numbers. So it'll be some sort of pattern number or a design number or something.
Do you think it's rubbish?
I don't think you're going to get a lot of money for that, really, to be honest.
So you won't get me money back on that?
No, you'll probably get your money back and you'll get a bit of profit, but it's not going to be... I would have said, like, you'd have to stick that on for around $4.99 plus your postage, if that, really.
Yeah.
But I don't know, because I can't really do much research on this either, because... You can see there, it says like 131 on the bottom, but there's no makers, there's nothing else to go with it. So it could be from any potters, any factory, anywhere. But just going off what it is, probably like $4.99 plus your postage, your maximum on it, I would have said. But I don't know, I mean, it is a glazed piece as well, so you never know, you might be able to get a bit more for it.
Somebody might think it's pretty, like I think it's pretty.
If anything, I'll probably put it down as maybe $4.99 plus post.
Okay. So it wasn't a complete waste of money.
But no, it wasn't a complete waste of money at £1. And if you're a new reseller, that's a nice little margin.
Yeah.
For me, it's not what I look
Not
for,
enough.
you know. But yeah, for other people, for new resellers, that's not so bad. But
right, moving on to the second item.
I thought this one was a little bit better.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I thought it was okay. It's okay. So if I
and
just,
it's got...
I'll hold it up for you. Talk about it.
Well, it's
a
for
floral
me,
one.
It looks like a 70s style. It's probably something my mum would have bought.
And it's $150 there.
It's got a fleck in it. It's like a beige colour, and then it's finished off in a grey.
And what does that say there?
I can't read it because I've not got my glasses on.
Porbeck Pottery, England. So I'll type in Porbeck Pottery when I'm doing some research and see.
I got it for £1.
Yeah, £1.50.
Oh, £1.50.
£1.50 there. For what it is, I don't know, $6.99, $7.
I like it, grey and beige.
Yeah. Well, just let me talk, because I'm one who's been doing this for a while. For what it is, maybe $6.99, $7.99 plus my postage. Possibly you could get a tenner plus post out of it, but you'd probably be waiting a while. But as I say, I've not done any research on the name, so we never know. You might find out that the name is okay.
When it sells next week, I'm going to come on camera and say when it sells next week.
If that name is actually something decent, then it might be a little bit more. We don't know. We'll have to do some research on the name. But yeah, £1.50 you paid for that one.
Okay.
Now this was for me the best piece, but I don't know about the buying price.
So there's that one.
So a few people might be able to guess what that is.
Yeah.
We can't see it there, can we?
Let me see if it's upside down. That's the other way around.
Just hold it up a bit. That's it.
That's it. And I got this for $3.99.
Yeah.
So maybe that's where I've gone slightly wrong.
So $3.99 there.
But
it is, of course, Carlton wear. Carlton wear Rouge Royale.
Right.
Now, I don't know specifically that kind of pattern. I wouldn't have said it's anything incredibly expensive.
No.
But it's sort of like a little bonbon dish, a little nut dish. You could have nuts in there, you could have bonbons in there, something like that. It is quite nice because you've got these nice little rims around here as well. It's a nice little bit of a funky design, and it's got this gilt rim on as well. Its number is that 2090 or 2690, something like that. But, you know, there could be $12.99 in that, plus maybe $14.99, something. Yeah. I'm not sure. I've not dealt with Carlton Wear in a while, and I don't think I've actually ever had this Rouge Royale, but I can't see it being much more than that. But still, from £4 for your first go, I think that's not too bad.
That's all right.
That's not too bad.
Next one is my scone.
Oh no, you didn't buy that with the money, the £10 money.
But look at that.
Look at that lovely scone. Look at that. I wonder how much that's worth. Put it on eBay.
I asked for the biggest one.
And also, just before we continue, you went for all pottery, didn't you?
No, got one thing that's different.
Oh yeah. But you kind of had before initially that you'd go for pottery mainly, because that's when we're in the charity shop, I'm looking at the pottery, so you kind of pick up a little bit. Don't you?
A little bit about it. Then this is another tiny item. I obviously just like little tiny items.
It's like a little replica of like a water jug or something, or a ewer, but it's not really for use. It's for decorative purposes.
Yeah, really. And it's got a bit of gold on the inside. That's quite
and
nice.
Then Lucky it didn't.
Can we do that as an outtake? Well, and then the bottom.
Does it say 258? Is that the right way up? It's a long way up, isn't it?
Oh, 528.
528. Again, what that'll be is some sort of design number or pattern number from a specific pottery, pottery works. But unfortunately, I don't know what that pottery works is. There's nothing else on it to indicate what that would be. Obviously, if I knew the style, if I was looking at it and thought there's a certain style on it, then of course I'd be able to tell you what the potter's was. But because I can't really see that there's any sort of style, then obviously I don't know what a potter's is. Okay. You have to go on the camera, don't you? So yeah, did you say the price?
No.
£1 for that one.
£1 for that one.
I think similar to this one. You know, I mean, maximum like $4.99 plus postage. I would say maybe a bit less for that one, but you know, what are you doing? He's ruining the video.
It's such a child.
He's determined to make it throw us off. But possibly $3.99, $4.99 plus postage.
Oh.
But still, for someone who's not necessarily done it professionally, that's pretty decent for your first find.
Thank you very much. And then the last find, we went into our favourite shop, didn't we?
Yes, and the manager there, I asked him, I know him very well, and I told him about the challenge, and I asked him whether we could find something that would be, half decent for £2.50. And he comes back out
with
the back.
my leftover money.
Yeah, with your leftover money.
£2.51.
Actually, you didn't spend 1 pence, so you only spent £9.99.
I did.
But
So is the challenge void then?
Well, no, we're calling it a tenner because it's £9.99. It was 1 pence. So this is some sort of iron, obviously. Whether it would actually be used or not is another matter.
It's heavy.
Whether it's just for decorative purposes or something like that. You wouldn't be able to actually fill this with any sort of boiling water because of the holes in it.
All around it.
I proposed that maybe there would be like some sort of metal that you'd put in it that you'd heat up to a high temperature and then put in it, but that was just a speculative guess. I don't really know. So we thought between the three of us, didn't we, that it might be just that it's like a decorative thing. It could be, Paul did say that it could be a newer item.
Yeah, the bottom of it is rough, so I don't think...
But I don't think it is too new. I think it could be, like we were saying, but you can see here, this has got some wear to it, and I don't know, I mean, it could be, couldn't it? It could be a newer piece, but it just doesn't look particularly new to me, does it?
No.
On this one, I haven't a clue with value. I haven't. £2.50. I don't even know how I'm going to research it, really. I have to put, like, sort of vintage metal iron in and see what comes up. But I don't even know whether we'll be able to find one particularly like this one. But, you know, you can always just put things like this on for, like, $14.99, $19.99, something like that, and just see how it goes. I think $14.99 would be maybe a bit too cheap, so possibly like $19.99 plus my postage, and just see. But I'll do a bit of research, see if I can find a similar one. If not, that would be the price I'd sort of go with, and that's what I'll go with for the profit figure. But yeah, it's interesting no matter what it is, but I think that's like your probably most interesting piece. But also basically that one as well there is pretty interesting. So between the two, you know, they're kind of the ones that are most interesting for me. And yeah, we'll just have to see with prices with those and see whether they're a little bit more than I thought, a little bit less than I thought, whether I can even find a price for that iron there. And yeah, we'll just see. So, with that being said, I've got my items, so we'll get them up right now. So, as I mentioned, I spent £10, so we spent pretty much the same money.
You did.
Now, this is stickered up at £8, but that was actually from a previous shop that it was in. Oh, actually, they've wrote £5 on it there. So it was actually £5 opposed to £8. And I looked at this first off and I thought, oh, that's probably something very, very modern. And it's probably got a barcode on the bottom of it. I looked at it, because it's one of those, isn't it? If you look from afar, you don't know, do you? You think it's like one of those...
Who's it like? Is it Ola Keeley or somebody like that?
I don't know, but there's you see these in like Matalan and IKEA and stuff with the poppies.
Yeah, you do.
So I thought, oh well, it's just going to be like because so many times I've turned pieces of pottery over and they've got a barcode on. Yeah. They've been from IKEA or wherever it may be. But this one, I looked at it and I saw that it was a hand-painted one. I don't know whether you'll be able to pick up in the light there, but this is all hand-painted and we've got some stones or something on there. And you can see there, hand-painted JAS original. And I've obviously typed that in. When I was in the charity shop, I typed it in actually. Couldn't find anything from that potter, from that maker or anything. But to be honest, I feel with having sold quite a lot of studio pottery, that I can kind of attribute a price to this. And if I need to come down a little bit, I may come down. But I'm actually going to go quite high on this piece. And we're going to go for £30, $29.99 plus my postage. And then I may need to come down to closer to that £20. But to be honest, I'm going to go high because I think it's a nice looking little piece, this. There's good work gone into it. I don't think it's particularly old. I don't think there's particularly a lot of age to it. But, you know, it's still a nice piece for what it is. So, yeah, that's that one. £5 into potentially £30, but possibly around £20. So what I might do for the profit figure on this is include it at 25 in the middle of 20 and 30. Because I think I could achieve 25 for it as well. So, yeah, I think that's what I'm going to attribute to that, £25. But, yeah, so from a £5, pretty happy with that one. So, before we continue, do you remember this clip? What?
That one.
Well, that's probably not got enough money left for it though. So, as you can see on that clip there, it's very, very easy to determine that my mum was the first person to find this item. And therefore, what I'm going to do is allocate the potential speculative profit on this item to my mum's profit total at the end, because I feel that's fair. Obviously, it wasn't within her budget, but she did kind of see it, she spotted it, and it turns out it could be potentially, and I am using all these speculative potential kind of words because it is very speculative, this item actually, but potentially this could be better than anything I've ever picked up in the 4 years I've been doing this, and in one day my mum has picked up potentially, as I say, something way, way better than I've ever found. So possibly my mum needs to be a reseller, and maybe I don't need to be a reseller. But anyway, basically, this item, we thought it was some sort of wash jug, or my mum thought it might be a serving pot or something like that. I try and find it on eBay completely and sold, and I can't have any luck. I'm typing in the wrong things, obviously. And as I mentioned in the next clip, I think to myself, right, I'm going to message, someone who can help me out with this. So I messaged Caroline from the Celtic Traders. I'm sure you'll all be aware of her existence, of her back catalogue on YouTube, all the rest of it. And she helps me out, and she actually finds, not we, but she actually finds a listing on eBay that's just listed. It's not sold, it's not anything like that, it's just a listed item. And essentially she finds this and it's £800 it's on for. Now, of course, it's a little bit speculative. There's no sold results or anything like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to aim very, very high on this item with best offer, and then just come down and come down and come down over time. And I might not get anywhere near 700 or 800 quid for this. I might end up selling it for way, way less, hundreds of pounds less. But it's always worth shooting fairly high on this. Now, in the coming clip as well, you'll notice that I mention, I'll probably put this on for $29.99 plus postage. Now, I obviously shouldn't be in the antiques game. Forget about reselling, I don't think I should be in the antiques game as well. If I'm saying, I'll price this at $29.99 and potentially it could be hundreds of pounds more than that. So yeah, just ignore that bit, will you? And just forget it ever happened. We're just going to gloss over that. But yeah, potentially this could be a brilliant item. My mum has bested me, essentially. She's done incredibly well. Obviously, I've got to give her the credit for this, because as you saw in the last clip, she was the one to pick this up. Absolutely brilliant find. Even if it turns out that, someone might comment below this and say, well, it's not worth anything near 700, but you might get 50 to 100 quid for it or something. Someone who's a bit more knowledgeable in this area. But even so, it's still a pretty decent find from a fiver, especially considering my mum's hardly involved with reselling really. So yeah, brilliant find. Obviously, I sell it for a really decent price. I will probably treat my mum to something or whatever. I don't know what I'm going to do at this point, but yeah, absolutely brilliant. I also just want to finish this little segment here by saying thank you to Caroline. Really, really do appreciate the help. And yeah, that was brilliant. I wouldn't have been able to find it. It's actually not a wash dish or anything like that. I didn't say what it actually is, but it's actually a wine cooler, as you may have seen from one of the clips in this kind of segment. So yeah, anyway, I'll leave it there, and I will let you see the item in all of its glory. So, and then finally, I only got 2 items. Both were £5. And we don't actually know what this one is. It's very big, it's very heavy, it's obviously blue and white. It's antique, definitely. What do you call it there, the glaze, but also under the glaze as well, where it's meant to be kind of a bit more white, it's kind of faded slightly. Yeah, show it on the... Well, you can see it on the outside actually, but also in the inside. So it's definitely got really good age to it. Probably, what would you say, late 1800s, something like that? Yeah, I would have said about late 1800s. And then it's got a mark on the bottom, but I can't read it at all. It's smudged off. It's almost like the emblem, what do you call it? It's not the emblem of the UK, is it? Not what do you call it? With the lion and the unicorn. Yeah. I forgot. It's an emblem of some sort, and I forgot. I think what it's called. It's a national emblem, isn't it, of some sort? But yeah, it's got that on the bottom, so with the lion and the unicorn and stuff. And you can see there, or you might only just be able to see I paid a £5. Now, as I say, we don't know what it is. It's got these handles on, so it's probably not going to have a lid to it. It's probably just, usually when you see things with these handles on the sides, most of those things don't have a lid, unless it's, let's say, a casserole dish or something like that. Then you may have these handles on the side, and then it has a lid. It could have had a lid, but what do you think?
No, I don't think so, because of the way that the top is. It's quite finished. It's not.
But I would have said more so than not, it wouldn't have had a lid. And then
Can
it's
you
got.
see writing there?
No, it's just some sort of design.
Oh.
But you can see there's designs all around it. It's kind of like a town design. It's like a design of a town, isn't it? All
it is.
around it.
But it looks sort of like a Spanishy town or something.
But whatever it is, it's quite nice, and we'll need to. What were some of our ideas? My first off was some sort of put water in it and like a wash bowl type thing, but I don't think it's big enough. I mean,
no, it's not.
It doesn't seem big enough to do anything like that.
And if it was like a serving dish or something like that, it would have a lid to keep it warm, wouldn't it?
And then what were you saying?
And then if it's soup or something like that, it'd have a lid on it.
But did you say something at what?
I mean, people probably use it as a planter, but that's
these days that's a good key word actually.
Yeah.
So yeah, if I'm gonna sell this, I'll put planter in the title because that will be a modern use for it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really am not too sure on price. I don't know really how I'm going to research it because of that mark on the bottom being faded off. But I mean, I would say, just as a complete guess, hazarding a guess, about $29.99 plus my postage. But you never know, it could be worth a little bit more than that. I don't think that this is, this style of pottery necessarily is incredibly sought after. But there again, there's loads of different makers, there's loads of different styles of the same sort of pottery. So therefore, certain ones can be worth a lot more. So it's hard to say whether it's going to be worth a lot or whether it's going to be worth a little, because there's so many variants on the same thing. But yeah, I was thinking that was like the first thing that popped into my head, around $29.99 plus postage. But I'd have to work out what it was to be able to do any serious research on it.
Well,
really.
yeah, I mean, there are people on it. You've got people stood on that roof there, which I don't understand that, for a start. Is that like, are they defending that building?
I don't know.
Then you've got this chap on a horseback who looks almost Dick Turpin-like.
Might be some sort of...
Then are they camels there?
I don't know, but... No, they're not camels. No, it's a horse.
It's a horse.
Oh, it's like a llama. One's like a llama. So I don't know. But yeah, it's odd. It's an interesting piece. I might actually message a couple of people who I know and see what they think, and then maybe if I can get some sort of name for it, like whatever it may be, a wash jug or whatever. I mean, I don't think a wash basin type thing, which I don't think it is, but whatever name I get for it, then I can obviously plug that into eBay and maybe do a bit more research, and then put a proper figure to it and a proper potential profit figure to it. With that being said, that is basically the whole video. So what I'm going to do now is, obviously, after I've done the research, during the editing, I will put in the potential profits for both of us, and then we'll be able to see potentially who will have made the most money. Obviously, it's only a potential because we've not sold any of this stuff or anything like that, but it's something just to kind of give us a little bit of an idea of how we've both done, or how you've done specifically, and we'll see. So the things that I won't be able to get priced on, if I've done loads and loads of research on them and I just can't find them, I'll just put in what I first instinctively thought, essentially, because you've got to trust your instincts sometimes, and if you're pricing something in line with your instincts, sometimes, or a lot of the time actually, it can be a decent price, it can be the right kind of price, and that's what I do with a lot of the antiques. I just simply go, make up a price, and just, if it's $19.99, $29.99, roll with it. And after a couple of weeks, after 4 weeks or whatever, sometimes these things sell, so it can actually be good in this sort of niche in antiques and collectibles to just make up a price and go with that and see what happens. So with that being said, we're done, aren't we?
I'm going to eat my scone.
Yeah, you're going to eat your scone.
With a cup of tea. Yeah,
so thank you very much for joining us. You can save a little plug at the end. Please subscribe to the channel, Paul.
Please subscribe to the channel.
A bit loud, go on.
Please subscribe to the channel.
And you've got to do it because it's not me saying it. I'm not selfishly saying subscribe to my channel.
Subscribe to my son's channel.
See, you can do it for my mum. Do it for my mum. Subscribe. Yeah, and like the video.
And like the video.
And then go down below in the description.
Yeah,
I'll get all my plugs out now.
Yeah.
Down in the description. Check out the merch. Check out this. Check out that. Go down in the description.
Check out. Yeah.
Check out. Anyway, so we'll leave it there, guys. Thank you very much for joining us. Hope you enjoyed this bit of a different style video today, but it's always nice to get a bit of a different video out there. And I will see you in the next one. So see you very soon.
Ta-ta for now.
Bye.